WigMations.
Are you ready for what we're doing here tonight, son?
Yes, Dad.
With my new invention, the Time Stopper 3500, I will make time stay the current time for all eternity. That means it's going to be 12:14 in the morning for the rest of time's existence.
What are you waiting for, Dad? Let's freeze time forever.
Now the time will stay 12:14 a.m. forever. Everyone can stay in bed forever. Let's go home, Tough Black Jr.
What are you two doing out at Colorland Square this late at night?
We were just inspecting the clock. On the clock tower, Mr. Police Officer, sir.
You two don't look anything like clock inspectors. Why is the clock tower destroyed along with a huge portion of the square?
Oh, hey! A powerful lightning strike hit the clock tower and broke it to the ground.
A likely story. Have a nice night, gentlemen.
Thank you, officer.
7 hours later.
Time for a new day at school. 12:14 a.m.? That is way too early to go back to school. Oh, well. Time to crash back to bed. Good night, world.
6 more hours later.
What the heck? I slept for 6 more hours and the time still reads 12:14 a.m. Something fishy is going on here. Let me check the time on the color phone. This can't possibly be correct. My alarm clock and the time on my color phone both read 12:14 a.m. I might as well wait 24 hours to see if the time changes.
24 hours later.
The time hasn't changed for over 24 hours. It's still 12:14 a.m. on September 23rd. I've been asleep for 33 hours straight and missed a whole day of school. Dad, wake up. Dad.
Red, stop shouting and go back to bed.
But, Dad, I've been asleep for over 33 hours and the time hasn't changed from 12:14 one bit. I missed a whole day of school and you missed a whole day of work because of this. It's not 12:14 in the morning on the 23rd. It is 7:35 a.m. on the 24th.
No, Red. The time is not 7:35 a.m. on September 24th. It is 12:14 a.m. on September 23rd. Fix your alarm clock and go back to sleep. I will be more interested in your stories in the morning.
But, Dad, if you would let me explain this into more detail for a moment.
I said go to bed right now.
Yes, Dad. I will go to bed right away.
Wake me up like that again, young man, and you are grounded for 1 month with no adventure planning. Got it?
Agreed, Dad. Dad didn't believe me one bit about this situation and I've overslept for a day and a half. That's almost 2 days of school that I've missed.
Have either one of you 26 students seen Red today?
No, Mr. Agar. We haven't seen Red come into school for the last 2 days.
Well, Red is 3 hours late to class today plus that absence he had yesterday. Class starts at 9 o'clock, not at 12:14.
The time's been stuck at 12:14 for about 3 days, Mr. Agar.
Well, Green. Since it is not 12:14 and it's been stuck like this for over 48 hours, what is the real time in Colorland?
Mr. Agar, The real time in Colorland is 11:37 a.m. on Thursday, September 24th. That's why Red was all caught up at home for the last 2 days because the time stopped.
Seems fair enough. Since our break time is starting, you, orange, purple, blue, and yellow can track down Red and bring him back to the School of Colorland before the day is over. You have 20 minutes to bring him over.
One class session later.
Alright, guys. We have to head over to Red's house and bring him back to the school and make him realize it is not 12:14 in the morning on September 23rd.
Guys, take a look at the clock tower over at Colorland Square.
Someone destroyed the clock tower. That's the reason why the time has been stuck at 12:14 a.m. all this time.
Who would do such a heinous crime like that to the Colorland clock tower?
Good question, Blue. Unfortunately, we don't have time to answer that right now. We promised Mr. Regar to get Red back to the School of Colorland before our break is over and after school.
What are we doing just standing around? Come on, let's get Red before school starts up again.
At Red's house.
Oh, dear. It sounds like Red is crying because of this.
I can't believe my own dad would drive me this way. I told him the truth for once in my life and he didn't take it at all.
Red, stop your obnoxious crying and go back to sleep. I told you I will be more interested in your stories in the morning. Stop crying or you're grounded for 2 months. Who's knocking on the front door this late at night? What are you kids doing here this late at night? Shouldn't you all be in bed right about now? It is midnight.
Mr. Red, we're just here to grab Red and go back to school.
I hate to break this to you kids, but the school doesn't open for another 8 hours. I'm telling your parents on why you 5 snuck out of bed and came here at 12:14 in the morning.
Mr. Red, it's not 12:14 in the morning. It's almost noon on the next day.
Here's photographic proof that the clock tower in Colorland Square was destroyed and the time got stuck at 12:14 a.m. on September 23rd for over 36 hours.
Let me see that picture, Orange. Oh, no, Red, he was telling the truth the whole time about the time being stuck at 12:14 a.m. the previous day and I went too hard on him. Red, it's time to come downstairs and to go to school. It is not 12:14 in the morning. You missed nearly 2 days of school. Your friends are out by the door waiting for you.
4 minutes later.
Wow, I can't believe that it's really 12:05 p.m. and fell asleep for about 40 hours. That isn't good for my health at all.
Yes, and after school, Red, we are going to Colorland Square and investigate the broken clock tower and whatever damage has been done to the square as well and figure out why the time stopped at 12:14 a.m.
Let me guess, green. Tough Black destroyed the clock tower, or a powerful lightning strike destroyed it almost 2 days ago. I hope we find answers about this after school.
Well, Red, you managed to make it back to school, for being 3 hours late to class. What kept you from coming to school for nearly 2 days, Red?
Well, Mr. Rigger, I tried telling my dad since the daytime stopped completely and warned him about it and he didn't believe me at all, so that's why I was stuck at home for the last 2 days.
Very well, then. Have a seat at your desk, Red. Break time is over, everyone. We're resuming class right now. Open your textbooks to page 214.
At the end of school.
Alright, since the school day is over, let's head over to Colorland Square and investigate the damage done to the clock tower and figure out how to reverse this and set the date and time to its normal setting.
At Colorland Square.
Whoever did this to the clock tower and the square are in a lot of trouble and cost the city of Colorland about $6,000. Hang on a minute. What's this remote over here? The time stopper 3500. If found, please return this item to the neutrals. Guys, Tough Black is back at it again and done something very bad and illegal to Colorland that cost the whole town $7,500. He stopped the time to 12:14 a.m. on September 23rd for almost 2 days and destroyed the clock tower.
Of course Tough Black had something to do with this.
Well, Red, is there a way to reverse the damage to the clock tower and the remaining damage to the square?
Well, Blue, I can't reverse the damage done here with this contraption remote of Tough Black's. However, I need a circuit box to rewire the remote so it can reverse the damage to the Colorland Square. Does anyone have a circuit box?
Here you go, Red.
Thank you, Yellow. Let's get electrical.
A lot of rewiring later.
There we go. The remote is now rewired that it should reverse the damage to the clock tower. Oh, and before I forget, here's your circuit box, Yellow.
Thank you, Red.
Everyone stand back. This may get critical. There, the clock is now fixed, time is restored, and is now displaying the correct date and time. The time is now 4 o'clock.
Now we have to go to the police station and turn that remote into them for evidence and report Tough Black again for causing over $7,000 worth of damage to Colorland Square.
Initiate Rocket Wagon Mark II. To the police station.
One police report later.
We sure hope Tough Black learns his lesson in the slammer again. Let's go home and watch the Colorland Action News.
1 hour later. This is news anchor Dandelion reporting to you live on Colorland Action News. Breaking news tonight in the Colorland Square, around midnight on the 23rd of September. Two neutrals from the Neutrals lair named Tough Black and Tough Black Jr. went over to the clock tower and destroyed it and stopped time completely for almost 2 days with an invention called the Time Stopper 3500. Tough Black has also been lying to the police shortly after the time stoppage, claiming to be clock tower inspectors, which they're not after this story. One clue evidence is that the 6 kids found that invention on the ground next to the top of the clock tower and presented it to the Colorland police. The neutrals are now sentenced to 25 years to lifetime in prison without parole and will face a severe fine of $17,350 for the damage of the clock tower, the damage to Colorland Square, the 43-hour time stoppage, the health of Red's family, and the lack of education they've been getting since this event has started. This is news anchor Dandelion signing off.
Well, Red, it looks like I owe you an apology.
Lay it on me, Dad.
You were right all along, Red. It wasn't 12:14 in the morning the previous day when I snapped at you. I knew I shouldn't let you stay in bed and should have realized that Tough Black was behind the time stoppage the entire time, and you saved Colorland Square by reversing the damage to the clock tower. I am sorry for yelling at you this morning.
Apology accepted, Dad.